Okay, cool. All right, we are live, and we have a special guest today, and it is Father's Day. So I wanted to just quickly wish everybody a happy Father's Day. It's a day for you guys to celebrate your awesomeness and everything that you've achieved as a father figure. And there are a lot of people that play different roles. So I honor everybody who does take part in that role today. So, but my special guest, drum roll please, is actually my father. And I would love to welcome my dad, Robert Kellner, here with me today, which is an honor because since I'm not there in person, this is pretty cool. So welcome, Dad.
Well, thank you. And let me wish a happy Father's Day to every father out there.
Yeah.
Amen.
That's awesome. Yeah, I have a few people that I've reached out to that said, please tell your father happy Father's Day. So one being John Buckley.
Good.
Yeah.
Thanks, John.
Yeah. So just you're a father of three. I have two siblings. I have an older brother and an older sister, Leslie and Glenn. So you're a father of three. How are you celebrating this Father's Day?
How are we celebrating this Father's Day?
Yeah.
Basically, we went to church this morning. We had a minister that gave us a very good talk about Father's Day, and it was quite a blessing. See all my friends and so forth.
Yeah.
And your mother and I are spending the rest of the day pretty much at home, except we're going at 2:00 this afternoon. We are going to a movie, and it's the one with the Brady movie. So I think it's going to be pretty cool.
Like the Brady movie?
No, they have a movie with Tom Brady and a number of women that are attractive to him, etc.
Wow. Okay.
It's called 80s for Brady.
Aha.
Right.
Okay. Hi, Mom.
Oh, you heard her. She opened the door and gave me the name of the movie.
Okay, so that sounds like are you going to dinner or anything?
Well, no, actually not.
Okay.
We're going to have a nice dinner at home. Basically, we're going to have a relaxing time. And last week, we celebrated our 62nd wedding anniversary in Las Vegas. I don't gamble much, very little, but we go and we watch a show or two. And mostly we go for the great restaurants out there.
Yeah.
Wonderful food. Whoops. Other way. Okay.
Well, that's a great way to say 62nd anniversary.
Yeah, so this week we're kind of taking it a little bit easy.
Makes sense.
Yeah, right.
Is there an echo? What is that sound? Is that coming from your computer?
I don't hear any echo.
Oh. Okay.
The sound is slightly loud. Let me lower it just a little bit. All right.
Okay. So now
lowered it too much.
Yeah. Now we're getting into the nitty-gritty. So my first question for you is, what is it like being a father?
Extremely great experience, probably the best experience in the world. And especially with you, Karen, with your two siblings, I wasn't allowed in the delivery room, barely was able to stay with Mom before birth occurred. And when it came to you, I spoke with the doctor, and he said, I'll let you in the delivery room under one condition. If I say go, you go. Don't ask anything, just go. So we agreed to that.
Nice.
And when you were born, the nurse took you, cleaned you up, and the first thing she did is handed you to me.
Aww.
That was a great blessing, a wonderful, wonderful experience. which I'll never forget.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, right.
That's pretty
And after all these years, look what a wonderful daughter I have.
cool. Yeah, yeah. We've been married 62 years, and I am 52 years old. Does
Well, we
that math work?
had 2 years after we were married, Glenn was born. 14 months later, Leslie was born. And then 8 years later, you were born,
Okay.
or something thereabouts.
Right. Okay. Okay. So it's ultimately you think it's one of the best blessings that you could have ever had is being
Oh, absolutely. Right.
yeah,
It's wonderful to have three very delightful, wonderful children.
nice. Yeah, I love okay, so next question for you is what is your most memorable experience being a dad?
I just described it to you.
Oh, okay. So we like nipped that two in one there.
That
Really
was
cool.
probably the best experience ever.
That's really cool.
Yep.
So wow. So that's yeah. So because you weren't able to have that experience with Leslie and Glenn, and then you were able to wow, that shows you how just the technology and the times have changed so much.
It shows you a lot how the medical industry changed.
Yeah, like even
They
3 years
were so afraid that if you were going to be there, that you contaminated or something along those lines, or
yeah,
interfere with the birthing.
right,
And they changed that philosophy. Like
right.
from that point in time on, they allowed the husbands to go into the delivery room.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Excuse me.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yes, they were very awesome. Very awesome.
um I'm trying to I don't remember I don't even I'm trying to remember when Aiden was born, when Nick got to actually hold him, but I don't there was like some complications, so I don't think it wasn't right away.
All
I
right.
I didn't get to hold him right away. I was the whole time I was like, "Where is he? Where's my baby? Like, where's my baby?" It was a kind of a panic.
All
It's
right.
not good. Okay. So that was a two-in-one question. The next one is, what is your most memorable experience that you had with your father?
With my father,
Would be my
I,
grand.
I think just about every Sunday we would go hop in the car, go up to a place in New Jersey called Passaic, and we would go to a bakery and we'd get fresh bread, especially I loved their rye bread. It was excellent. And also they had hot dogs there, and we would always get a hot dog. So that was really fun to do. And then we take a ride. We go out in the country and drive around for a half hour or so, whatever.
Nice.
And that was a lot of fun
Oh,
and memorable. Now,
yeah.
my dad worked in the factory during World War II. So he would start work 7 in the morning and get home about 9 at night.
Oh, wow.
So during that period, 5 years or 4 or 5 years, I didn't see that much of my father,
Yeah.
but he was a loving father who wanted only the best for his family.
Yeah. I didn't did you go to church before you did that bread run hot dog adventure?
I was not brought up in the church.
Oh.
I went to, my mother took me to a Dutch Reformed church, very small, very few people went there. And I went there just a few times. And that was a pretty nice experience. I enjoyed it. But that was about it.
Okay.
And when I was a teenager, my father took June, my sister, and myself to a Lutheran church and introduced us to a really beautiful church in Passaic also. Now, that didn't mean I started going to church regularly because I didn't.
Okay. Yeah.
I delivered Sunday morning newspapers and was up and about 2 a.m. So when I got done with that, probably about 10 o'clock in the morning, anywhere between 7 and 10,
Wow.
I would go home and go to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, when I met your mother, she was a regular churchgoer. Her whole life she went to church. Her mother and her aunts took her to church every Sunday. So she was definitely a church person. And once we started dating, I started to go to church with her. And that was really my introduction to church.
Oh, wow.
And the church that we were going to at that time, that's the church we were married in. It was Holy Trinity Church in Garfield, New Jersey.
Was I baptized there?
Pardon?
Was I baptized in that church?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you were.
I have a memory of being in that church older, but I don't have any idea why. But
who knows?
I have a memory of being in that church that I was baptized in.
Uh-huh.
But I don't know why I was there. It was for
Right.
something. Yeah. So that was also the church that you got married in.
We got married, yeah, the Holy Trinity Church.
Lutheran church.
In Garfield, New Jersey.
Okay. Yeah.
Now, after you and your siblings, your brother and sister, were around, we moved up to West Patterson, New Jersey, and we went to a church there, First Presbyterian Church in Clifton, New Jersey. And that's where I met a very wonderful Christian person. And thanks to him teaching me a lot and showing me many things, I really became a Christian.
Okay.
I committed my life to God.
Okay. So that was when Glenn were born?
Yeah, about the time. It was when you were young. You were all young, and you were a baby.
Okay. Got it. I was wondering if that was when I was already born or not.
No, I'm not quite sure.
Right.
Of course, I could always ask your mother; she would know.
Right. Yeah, I got you.
It might have been that church.
Okay. This is a random question. Did you want to become a dad?
Did I want to become a dad? Yes, definitely. Your mother and I were married about 2 years when Glenn was born. And then, as I said before, 14 months later, Leslie was born.
Right.
So, yes, I wanted to become a dad for sure.
Okay.
And 8 years later, you were born. That was a little bit of a surprise.
So I've been told. Yep. Threw another one in the mix. Surprise.
Actually, you're probably the luckiest one.
Why is that?
Because you had two siblings that loved you so much and took care of you and did things with you. That was, I thought, was really great, the way they just took to you.
Right. Did they have a choice?
No. Well, they could have been mean to you, but they weren't.
You're right. I always think when I hear people talk about their sibling like rivalries and things, or there are different stories about struggling with having siblings. I always know that for the age difference of me and my siblings, that there wasn't that. I never had any really like confrontation when we were young, when I was young.
Right.
Probably, as I got older, things changed. But
Well, as you get older too, you got involved with you and Glenn had your band, which I took a lot from both of you, and you worked together very well.
right, yeah, um, yeah. This is true. This is true.
Absolutely.
Family affair there. Okay, so the last question I have for you is, what advice can you give to the younger fathers out there?
Um, the advice I think I would give is most important is to spend as much time as you can, quality time, with your children.
Mm,
Let them know by your attending things that they're doing, by your taking them out for walks in the park or whatever.
yeah,
Let them know that you love them and demonstrate that by what you do with them.
right,
And the Father's Day card you sent me just reminded me so much of that. She
right,
sent me a beautiful Father's Day card, very loving, and in it she just listed so many of the things we did.
yeah,
I thought that was a wonderful card, and
yeah.
thank you again.
Oh, deep breath. Deep breaths. Yeah, yeah. The riding to the bike. So I'll share with everybody what I wrote on the card. I don't know how. I probably was about 7. Well, when I remember, I was probably in like second grade, 7, when we moved. And when we moved, that's when I remember I think I even, well, I know when I was really little, used to have that little seat on the bike. So I used to ride with you on the bike. But then
Yes, I had forgotten that one.
that was like an old school cart thing that was probably not very safe. But then
No accidents.
when we moved, then I remember we would ride up to the park, to the back lake, and we would like do the honeysuckle, the honey, and like the honey from the honeysuckles. And sometimes we would bring bread for the ducks, and we used to also ice skate. We used to swing ice skating
Oh, yes, right.
in the front lake too sometimes. So yeah, I have a memory of all of that. So that was yeah. So I was on the swings and on the slides. Yeah,
Oh, yes, they had nice slides there.
that
I
was
used to love to go on those, right?
that was a great part to have been. I guess we moved closer to, because we had easy access. It was a pretty easy up the hill ride.
Right.
So yeah, and also going to the pool. You would always take me to the pool. You
Oh,
get off
yes.
work. You get off work, and then we'd go at night and do a little swim. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, um, yeah. So that's good advice. I think that's probably the best advice. With nowadays people work so much. I don't know if they are able to, or I don't know if they do give their children that kind of time as much as maybe um, they should or could. And
Make time.
yeah,
You
exactly,
make time for what is important. So
exactly,
you set your priorities.
right,
The way
exactly.
I see the priorities, for me, it's God first, family second, work and everything else third.
Yeah, I agree.
And too many people put work first.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. And for myself, as a mom, you blink and they're 18.
That's right.
Like, so really cherish when they're young, because time just evaporates so quickly.
Well, my oldest grandson, to prove your point,
Yeah.
is 30 years old, or will be next month.
That's wild.
Time flies just like that.
Right?
It goes by so quickly.
That's wild.
So, amen.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah. I mean, and I remember Matthew when he was a little baby, so it's just crazy. But yeah, so that's great advice. Spend as much time with your kids as you possibly can.
And prioritize your time.
Right. Yeah.
And family is way up at the top.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with that. God, family, work. Yeah, that's a good
Yes.
definitely takeaway. That's a good takeaway. All right. Well, that's all I had. Wise, is there?
Well, I can tell you this: I've been blessed in many, many ways, and one of those ways is Karen and my other two children, and I have a wonderful wife, and 62 years of a great marriage.
Yeah. Yeah.
We only fight once in a while.
And that's human nature.
Pardon?
I said that's just human nature.
Absolutely, right.
If you didn't, so it would be kind of strange, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you didn't, you're lying.
Right. Wrong. Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. Yes. Awesome. Anything else you'd like to share with everybody before we jump off and you can go have your movie date?
Well, I can tell you this. Karen did not share any questions with me, and I thought we did very well. And I was thinking before the interview that what are the things that are important to say? And I think I said them all, I hope.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, short and sweet, to the point, and just celebrating being a father, is something that really should just be celebrated every day. I'm definitely grateful for you and Mom for raising me.
Amen. We have three children, 6 grandchildren. Of those 6, 5 are boys, and the next to last one was a girl, and then the last one is Karen's little baby who's 18 now.
Yeah. That's probably a call. That's a perfect thing. You can get it. You want to get it?
I shut it off.
Oh.
Don't call that.
I mean, you're popular today. Let's face it.
Right.
Well,
Okay, Karen, I think we should bring this to an end.
I certainly know I wasn't the easiest child to raise, so I'm definitely grateful for all the hard work that you contributed to keeping me alive.
Oh, your mother always said you are relentless.
I know.
You set your mind on something, you do it.
This is true.
And that's good.
Yeah.
To a point.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I'll share to finalize this and wrap it up. Is I know for sure that I would definitely semi manipulate you, because Mom wasn't always as easy to give in to my relentlessness. But you, on the other hand, were a little bit more of a softie, and you would.
Took advantage of that, right?
Relentless. We want what you want. I don't know. I would do whatever. But yeah. All right. So God is calling you. God is
All right.
love you, Dad.
Love you.
Love you.
Bye-bye.
Have a great day.
Hello. Yes. Oh, hi, Marianne. I am doing fine, thank you.
All right. Bye, Dad.
All right, bye now.
Love you.